Iran reveals CIA and FBI are monitoring Black Israelites right now. 1. Iran's shocking discovery: U.S. intelligence agencies are watching Black Israelites. The revelation that U.S. intelligence agencies, particularly the CIA and FBI, have placed the Black Israelite movement under intense surveillance has ignited widespread debate and speculation, raising profound questions about the nature of state power, historical narratives, and the limits of religious and civil liberties. According to Iranian intelligence sources, American authorities perceive the movement as a potential destabilizing force, justifying covert monitoring and infiltration. This assertion invites deeper reflection on the motivations behind such scrutiny, the extent of governmental intervention, and the broader philosophical implications of knowledge, control, and state authority. While Iran's claim may be shaped by its own geopolitical agenda, the mere suggestion that a religious community rooted in Black identity and biblical heritage is being watched so closely by the U.S. government rekindles long-standing concerns about surveillance, racial politics, and the mechanisms through which dominant powers seek to regulate historical discourse. The Black Israelite movement has long occupied a space of fascination, controversy, and misrepresentation. At the core of its belief system is the assertion that African Americans, along with other people of color, are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites. This claim challenges conventional Judeo-Christian teachings and Western historical narratives, positioning the movement as both a religious and sociopolitical force. Over the past several decades, Black Israelite communities have gained visibility in urban centers across the United States, drawing adherents through teachings centered on identity, spirituality, and historical justice. For many followers, the movement is not merely a theological framework, but a radical act of reclamation, a means of restoring a lost heritage and resisting systemic oppression. In their view, the recognition of their lineage is not just an abstract intellectual exercise, but an existential awakening, one that empowers African Americans and other marginalized communities to redefine themselves outside the constraints of a Eurocentric historical paradigm. Given this transformative ideology, it is unsurprising that the movement has attracted both admiration and scrutiny. Supporters regard Black Israelites as truth seekers who challenge historical inaccuracies, while detractors, including some mainstream religious institutions and government bodies, frame them as a radical or subversive force. According to Iranian intelligence reports, U.S. authorities have designated the Black Israelite movement as a high-risk group due to its growing influence, its engagement with historical revisionism, and its potential to mobilize disenfranchised communities in ways that disrupt existing power structures. Iran claims to have intercepted communications and reviewed classified documents, indicating that American intelligence agencies have deployed a range of covert strategies to monitor and control the movement. These strategies allegedly include the use of informants, digital tracking, and psychological operations designed to discredit Black Israelite teachings, a potential national security threat. Iranian sources speculate that the Black Israelite movement is being monitored not because of any direct threat of violence or insurrection, but because of its capacity to reshape historical consciousness and challenge institutional authority. By asserting that African Americans are the true Israelites, the movement calls into question dominant religious and historical frameworks, including those that underpin Western Christianity and Jewish identity. This epistemic disruption is not merely theological, it is deeply political. If knowledge is power, then the ability to redefine one's historical and spiritual identity carries with it the potential to reconfigure existing social hierarchies. Iran contends that these concerns have driven American intelligence agencies to initiate systematic surveillance efforts designed to monitor, infiltrate, and potentially neutralize the Black Israelite movement before it gains broader traction. Iranian intelligence claims to have gathered information on these covert operations through a combination of cyber warfare, intelligence sharing with U.S. adversaries, and leaks from whistleblowers within the American intelligence community. Tehran, which has long invested in cyber espionage as part of its broader geopolitical strategy, asserts that its analysts intercepted internal FBI memos categorizing the Black Israelites as a high-risk movement due to their religious ideology and increasing popularity. Additionally, Iranian sources suggest that disillusioned former U.S. intelligence operatives have provided insider information detailing the scope of surveillance efforts. These whistleblowers reportedly leaked documents outlining FBI and CIA strategies for tracking Black Israelite gatherings, monitoring their online presence, and embedding undercover agents within the movement's leadership structures. 2. What Iranian analysts say about the U.S. government's fear of Black Israelites. The Black Israelite movement presents a unique challenge to U.S. authorities precisely because it intersects with multiple areas of concern: historical revisionism, political mobilization, and international geopolitics. These dimensions, they claim, render Black Israelites a focal point of state surveillance, not due to any genuine security threat, but because of the movement's potential to disrupt the established order by challenging dominant historical and religious narratives. The U.S. government has a well-documented history of monitoring and suppressing Black-led movements, particularly those advocating for self-governance and challenging dominant historical frameworks. The Black Panther Party, the Nation of Islam, and even Martin Luther King Jr.'s Southern Christian Leadership Conference all faced extensive government surveillance, infiltration, and disruption under COINTELPRO. Declassified FBI documents reveal that one of the program's explicit goals was to prevent the rise of a Black Messiah who could unify and lead African Americans toward greater political and economic autonomy. Iranian analysts argue that this mentality persists today, with Black Israelites now occupying the role of a movement that challenges mainstream religious, historical, and social constructs. According to Iranian intelligence, the surveillance of Black Israelites is an extension of this deeply ingrained institutional fear. The movement's emphasis on reclaiming biblical identity and resisting assimilation into Western religious traditions places it squarely at odds with the mainstream Judeo-Christian framework that underpins American society. Additionally, Black Israelites frequently highlight systemic oppression, addressing issues such as mass incarceration, economic exploitation, and racial injustice, topics that have historically provoked government scrutiny of Black-led movements. Iran suggests that by closely monitoring Black Israelites, U.S. intelligence agencies are not reacting to any tangible security threat, but are instead engaging in preemptive containment of a group that has the potential to shift public discourse in significant ways. While U.S. officials have occasionally pointed to isolated incidents of extremist rhetoric or confrontations involving individuals associated with the Black Israelite movement, Iranian analysts argue true motivation behind government surveillance is not fear of violent extremism, but fear of ideological influence. The core claim of Black Israelites, that African Americans are the true descendants of the biblical Israelites, poses a fundamental challenge to widely accepted historical and theological narratives. If this perspective were to gain widespread acceptance, Iranian scholars contend, it could have profound consequences for religious institutions, racial identity politics, and even international relations. Iranian officials outline three primary reasons why they believe the U.S. government views the growing influence of Black Israelites as a potential threat. First, the movement's assertion that mainstream interpretations of biblical history have been deliberately distorted represents a direct challenge to Western religious institutions. According to this perspective, European powers and religious authorities have historically suppressed the truth about the true identity of the Israelites to maintain control over historical narratives. If the Black Israelite interpretation were to gain traction, it could significantly undermine the credibility of Western religious institutions, particularly those that have upheld a Eurocentric portrayal of biblical figures. This revisionist perspective, Iranian analysts argue, is particularly troubling for the U.S. government because it strikes at the heart of America's religious and cultural foundations. Christianity has played a central role in shaping American identity, and any widespread challenge to traditional theological interpretations could lead to broader societal shifts. If African Americans, and potentially other groups, began embracing an alternative biblical narrative that rejects traditional church teachings, it could diminish the authority of mainstream religious institutions and usher in a wave of religious and cultural realignment. Beyond its religious implications, the Black Israelite movement has increasingly vocalized its stance on systemic racism, police brutality, mass incarceration, and economic inequality. Many Black Israelites see their identity not merely as a religious awakening, but as a call to action against contemporary forms of oppression. This intersection of faith and activism. Iranian intelligence claims that U.S. intelligence agencies have enacted a series of covert operations aimed at neutralizing the Black Israelite movement. These operations allegedly include extensive digital surveillance, infiltration of Black Israelite groups, and disinformation campaigns designed to discredit the movement's leaders. Iran asserts that the FBI has placed undercover informants within Black Israelite communities, monitoring their activities and gathering intelligence on their beliefs and organizational structures. Furthermore, Iranian reports suggest that the U.S. government is actively shaping media narratives to portray Black Israelites as an extremist fringe group rather than a legitimate religious or historical movement. By linking the movement to isolated incidents of confrontation or controversial rhetoric, intelligence agencies allegedly seek to marginalize Black Israelites in the public eye, making it easier to justify continued surveillance and intervention. Iranian intelligence officials assert that the CIA and FBI are deploying advanced technological tools to monitor Black Israelite gatherings, teachings, and digital footprints. The alleged scope of these surveillance programs is vast, involving AI-driven data analysis, real-time location tracking, and deep infiltration of online spaces where members communicate. If Iran's assertions hold true, these operations mirror Cold War-era intelligence programs such as COINTELPRO, which sought to dismantle Black liberation movements through surveillance, infiltration, and psychological warfare. One of the most striking claims made by Iranian analysts is that U.S. intelligence agencies have intercepted phone calls and encrypted communications of prominent Black Israelite leaders. The leaked documents reportedly detail extensive efforts to gather intelligence on their ideological stances, plans for religious gatherings, and connections with other social movements. Iranian sources suggest that American intelligence agencies have leveraged the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, FISA courts, to justify wiretapping and electronic eavesdropping on individuals associated with Black Israelite communities. While the U.S. government frequently justifies such surveillance in the name of national security, Iran argues that this monitoring is not about preventing terrorism, but about preemptively suppressing an ideological shift that could challenge the status quo. By surveilling private communications, intelligence agencies can anticipate organizational strategies, detect patterns of mobilization, and even plant disinformation to create distrust within the movement. This strategy, Iranian analysts suggest, is not about responding to threats, it's about maintaining control over emerging ideological transformations. Iran's intelligence sources further allege that U.S. authorities are utilizing artificial intelligence, AI, to track Black Israelite discourse online. AI-driven programs reportedly analyze keywords, sentiments, and engagement metrics associated with Black Israelite teachings, allowing intelligence agencies to detect emerging trends, identify influential figures, and flag discussions that challenge mainstream narratives on race, history, and religion. According to Iranian analysts, this level of digital surveillance enables U.S. agencies to construct detailed psychological profiles of key Black Israelite leaders, predicting their behavior and preemptively countering their influence. The AI programs allegedly categorize discussions based on themes such as anti-colonial sentiment, critiques of institutional Christianity, and challenges to Western interpretations of Jewish history. Iran argues that such surveillance is part of a broader strategy to maintain ideological control and prevent a large-scale shift in historical consciousness. Beyond digital monitoring, Iranian intelligence reports claim that the U.S. government employs geo-tracking technology to follow the movements of Black Israelite leaders and prominent members. This surveillance involves tracking mobile devices, scanning surveillance cameras near major Black Israelite gatherings, and deploying drones for real-time monitoring. If Iran's claims are accurate, the objective of this geo-tracking operation is to map out networks of influence, identify high-profile gatherings, and preemptively disrupt large-scale religious or political mobilization efforts. These tactics, Iranian analysts suggest, bear a striking resemblance to past intelligence efforts targeting Black nationalist organizations, wherein authorities closely monitored figures like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. to anticipate their movements and neutralize their influence before they could galvanize mass support. Beyond passive surveillance, Iran claims that U.S. intelligence agencies are actively infiltrating Black Israelite communities to disrupt them from within. These covert tactics, reminiscent of strategies used against the Black Panther Party and the Nation of Islam, allegedly include planting informants, instigating internal divisions, and manipulating media narratives to discredit the movement. Iranian intelligence sources allege that the FBI and CIA have embedded informants within Black Israelite congregations, encouraging them to report on organizational activities, leadership disputes, and potential ideological vulnerabilities. These informants are allegedly tasked with gathering intelligence on the internal dynamics of the movement, including financial structures, political affiliations, and recruitment strategies. If these claims are true, the U.S. government's goal is not only to monitor, but also to actively influence the movement from within. By strategically placing informants in positions of leadership or trust, intelligence agencies can shape discussions, redirect organizational efforts, and discourage members from engaging in broader political activism. This strategy mirrors historical tactics used against Black civil rights organizations, where paid informants were deployed to sow internal mistrust and discredit key figures. Iranian analysts go further, claiming that U.S. intelligence operatives have not merely monitored existing theological disputes within the Black Israelite movement, but have actively exacerbated them to weaken internal cohesion. Black Israelites are not a monolithic group. The movement consists of multiple sects with varying interpretations of Scripture, identity, and activism. Iranian sources suggest that U.S. intelligence agencies have exploited these differences, amplifying doctrinal disagreements to prevent the movement from forming a unified front. For example, by fueling debates over whether non-Black individuals can be part of the Israelite lineage, intelligence agencies can deepen rifts that undermine collective organization. Similarly, Iranian reports claim that intelligence agencies have encouraged internal conflicts by spreading misinformation about prominent Black Israelite leaders. Through the strategic circulation of rumors, the questioning of leadership integrity, and the fostering of mistrust within congregations, these tactics allegedly aim to destabilize the movement from within, making it easier to control and discredit. Iran's intelligence community further argues that one of the most effective ways the U.S. government seeks to neutralize Black Israelites is by shaping public perception. According to leaked documents, intelligence agencies have collaborated with media outlets to portray Black Israelites as an extremist, anti-Semitic, or fringe movement. Iranian analysts claim that the FBI and CIA have worked with journalists to highlight isolated incidents of radical rhetoric while ignoring the broader, more nuanced teachings of the movement. By focusing on a few crucial figures or confrontational street preachers, the media can frame the entire movement as dangerous or irrational, discouraging mainstream engagement with its ideas. Iran further contends that government-funded think tanks have produced research designed to delegitimize Black Israelite claims, particularly regarding historical identity. By financing scholars who dismiss Black Israelite interpretations of biblical history as pseudo-historical or revisionist, intelligence agencies allegedly seek to prevent the movement from gaining legitimacy in academic and religious circles.
All right, Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS. Shalom to the hopefully elect. All right, wonderful day. Just got this video yesterday. I watched it. The clip you just saw was from it. And this video is going to be entitled, CIA and FBI are monitoring the Hebrew Israelites. Okay? I've changed it a little bit. This original video that it came from. All right, fair use. It is entitled, Iran reveals CIA and FBI are monitoring Black Israelites right now. And I may change it to right now. So the CIA and the FBI are monitoring the Hebrew Israelites right now, okay? Great video. I gotta admit, I was drawn in, I was sucked in. I'm excited. I'm excited because it revealed everything we thought was going on and some stuff we didn't even know was going on. All right, from the tracking to the infiltration to hiring, embedding individuals in the leadership and in the congregations. They're also bringing out false doctrines, damnable heresies. They're showing that they're conspiring with the media that they're hiring people to come against us, all kinds of stuff in this video. I was able to go into it and just clip out some of the more important stuff that I found that I thought was important. I watched the whole thing, of course, but I had to go back into it and clip out the portions that I wanted to, that I actually felt like was the highlights. Now the whole video is over 43 minutes long. The portion you just saw was about 18 minutes. 18 minutes and like 41 seconds. And I had to edit it and re-edit it to do all of that, but it's all good. This is reporting, and I'm sorry you had to sit through such a long intro, but it's vital so that you get the information. Some of the most compelling stuff that I saw in it was the fact that they embed individuals in the leadership and in the congregation, that they stir up, certain stuff, right? And they put out certain, you have individuals actually in the camps that when they find out something negative, they'll actually stir it up or keep bringing it up. This is why certain groups always talking about GMS and they saying that we rapists and we pedophiles. This shows you got a lot of goddamn agents among these damn Israelites. We told you, and I'm not gonna go as far as to say there ain't some agents in GMS. There have been, there have been certain guys I thought was agents and they wind up leaving. And I'm thinking of certain leaders who I thought not in GMS, but used to be in GMS, that went on their own, that I thought was agents a long time ago, and I still do. Or at least they've been compromised. It's a lot of guys are compromised in this truth, man. Okay, you can tell by the way they teach and by the way that they move. I'm no longer gonna say give Jake that much the benefit of a doubt. A lot of these niggas done took money. A lot of them are just plain agents. But anyway, you gotta watch this video if you haven't seen it yet. All right, you brothers out there, download this video for safekeeping, okay? Because I already know people gonna play on this and they're gonna try to say it ain't true. It is true. A lot of the shit in it is true. You can't convince me otherwise. All right, I enjoyed it thoroughly. You gotta watch it. I'll try to remember to put the link to it in the description. If I don't, look that shit up yourself. Now I'm gonna go and read a few scriptures here. All right, first let's get Hebrews 4:12. It says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart." Absolutely. And you can tell the whole world is cut, right? They took notice. They have taken notice of the Hebrew Israelites. We've been new and thought that the CIA and the FBI was monitoring us. We know for 100% fact now. And there's a lot of other stuff in the video, political shit, that you can go and watch it. I didn't put none of the political shit in this. I just wanted to put the main stuff about how they're hiring people, they monitoring us, they sending scoffers on the comment board. They got AI they using, they doing all kind of stuff. And people like Vocab Malone and them certain Christians, they've been hired. And we knew Vocab Malone was hired. We can tell, you can even tell by the way he delivers his information. He all into it now. Also, this guy Ringo, he looked very, very more suspicious to me now. And if not him, there's others just like him. These different podcast people that host these podcasts, a lot of these people, all of that is a big, what's that shit called, man? Oh, they also revealed that they do psychological warfare, psyops. So a lot of the shit you see happening is psyops. And I've been thought that nigga Chief Ephraim was an agent. They used him, right? They use certain things, they'll blow him up. It's just different certain stuff. If you think back to that day when that goon came up to us down here, right? What happened? When the video started going viral and getting a lot of views, they took down my whole channel, and I hadn't even had no strikes and no violence happened. Why did they take the whole channel down? You know why. All right, so as we read the scripture, the whole world is cut. Esau cut. He hurt. He watching us from afar right now. And one thing that they left out when they talk about them Black Panthers and the Nation of Islam and this and that, you got to think back every time. And Martin Luther King, what happened? What happened when they embedded people in the so-called Black Panthers, right? What did it wind up doing? They killed that dude, right? You see that on that movie about the Black Messiah? I forget his name. Hampton, was it Lionel Hampton? I don't know. That might not be the right name, but whatever. I can't think of the dude's name. But somebody put it on the comment board. The leader of them Black Panthers, one of the main guys, they killed him in his sleep, right? What happened to Martin Luther King? They killed him. What happened to Malcolm X? They killed him, right? They killed all those leaders. Now, you mean to tell me they're going to do the same thing? Or they're going to infiltrate the same way and they're not going towards that? That's what was left out of the video. They're going to try to do that, man. That's why the brother had the dream about the about the blessed angel of death coming through the house of Israel. We've been telling you for a long time, shit is about to get serious. It's already serious. And a lot more Israelites going to fall out. They're going to leave the faith. They're going to make up excuses. You're going to see certain leaders, they might get caught in a scandal or it'll be a fake scandal so they can exit without blowing their cover. Okay? It's going to be all kind of stuff you see happen. Don't be surprised. You just got to pray and keep the faith. I got Luke 20, verse 20. And they watched him and sent forth spies which should feign themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. A lot of these, you can tell by the doctrine. We've been telling you for a long time. You can tell by the doctrine. A lot of Israelites that's doing too much, that's over the top. A lot of them dudes are spies. They're trying to get us caught. They're trying to get us, messed up. Now, one thing that I noticed at the end of it all, when you go into that video, when you watch the full video, Esau is afraid more so of the popularity of the truth, that it's getting out there. And he don't want, like I've been saying, Esau thinks it's a numbers game. It's not a numbers game. It's only about the elect. Sure, all these different people popping up saying they're Israelites. A lot of people are hearing the truth, but that's part of the Great Awakening. Everybody gonna know about the truth before it's over with. You can't stop the truth from getting out there, but the only people we concerned with is the elect. That's all we concerned with. We don't have to have a big national following. It's not gonna work like that. But they think that that's how it's gonna work. They're worried about it being international. It's already international. And Iran knows about this shit, and that's an enemy of the United States. So be careful, brothers, because they can always try to label us as being some type of treasonous, some type of treason or collusion with the enemies or whatever. We ain't friends with none of these nations. We looking for the downfall of society. We ain't looking for the uplift, We ain't trying to help no nation. We don't care nothing about no damn Russians. We don't care nothing about no Iranians. None of them. We looking forward to the kingdom of heaven. Again, Luke 20 and 20, and they watched him and sent forth spies. They're watching the Israelites. They said they in the video, right, that they embedded, agents, undercover operatives in the leadership and in the congregation. You got them both, and they're on the comment board. We've been saying that. What did I say? Esau uses multi-pronged attacks. You got people that come up to the camp, they agents. You got people that's on the comment board, they agents. You got people that's leaders, they agents. People in the congregation is fucking agents. Guys that want to join the camp, that come up talking, they agents. Drunk motherfuckers that come up and start doing shit, agent provocateurs, they agents. Agents all around. And we're going to be surprised about how many, for a while, I thought it was just one or two here or there. Nah, man. The majority of these dudes, you can't even tell. They're a lot of damn agents. They playing a role. Now, some of the agents going to get flipped, potentially, and they're going to start turn into believers. Just like you going to have people that came in as believers, and they're going to be flipped, and they're going to turn, and they're going to turn their back on the truth, and they're going to betray, as the scriptures say. And they watched him and sent forth spies which should feign themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. And Salakia, I'm excited as shit. I got to read more scriptures here, right? Let's get Galatians 2 and 2. I'm sorry, Galatians 2 and 4. And it says what? I got to read up a little bit. Now, I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, then 14 years ago, after I went up again to Jerusalem with Barnabas and took Titus with me also. And I went up by revelation and communicated unto them that gospel which I preach among the Gentiles, but privately to them which are of reputation, lest by any means I should run and had run in vain. But neither Titus, who was with me, being a Greek, which he was an Israelite, right? An Israelite, was compelled to be circumcised. Who got circumcised according to the scriptures? Israelites. And that because of false brethren, unawares brought in, who came in privately to spy out our liberty, which we have in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, that might bring us into bondage, to whom we gave place by subjection, no, not for an hour, that the truth of the gospel might continue with you. Right, when false brothers come around, it ain't always gonna be revealed right away. It take time. And brothers that's got experience, you know that. You might have had guys in the camp you thought was an agent. You didn't kick him out right away. Because this thing is by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Any agents that's gonna be around us, you're gonna do your little job, and then you're gonna take your dog with rotten teeth ass back and report to your masters. Do what you want to do. You cannot defeat this gospel no matter what you do. We are the Israelites. I don't give a fuck how many agents come. I don't care what you think y'all gonna do to us. You ain't gonna do shit but what the Lord say you can do. So we give place under you. Whatever. Not because we under your rule, but because we're under the rule of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And that's what the Lord told us to do. So do your best. We glad it's out. We know you've been watching us. And also they said what? They digitally monitor you. They listen to your phone calls. They might have air tags on your car. They might be following you. They send people into your life. The job you work on. Watch out when new people get hired. There may be somebody that's there, that's a supervisor. They done approach your job. They done talk to them. They pretending like they don't know. Your supervisor them, that's the thing that Esau does. He finds shit out and then they'll pretend like they don't know it. White people do that shit good. They good at pretending that they don't know some shit. That shit is in the scriptures. It's called exquisite subtlety. That's how this fucking devil get your ass, man. That exquisite subtlety. Let's see if we can bring that up. You got to beware of these motherfuckers, man. But you know what? I got to give credit. First, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for sending us great leadership that we would understand these things. The apostles of GMS, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Exquisite. If I got it right here, just bear with me here. Yeah, see, this devil is exquisitely subtle. That's what he does, yeah. Ecclesiastes 19:25. There's an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust. And there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear, and there is a wise man that justifieth in judgment. There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly he is full of deceit, casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not. Where he is not known, he will do thee a mischief before thou be aware. And if for want of power he be hindered from sinning, yet when he findeth opportunity, he will do evil. And basically, it ain't talking about nobody particular, a wicked ass man, but you can apply that to Esau, Edom. All right, this motherfucker is exquisitely subtle. He's a wicked man, and he gonna pretend like, and you got Jake the same way. You got a lot of wicked ass Jakes, and you got a lot of grimy ass, stinking, blood clot ass, ragamuffin niggas in this truth who have taken a payoff, and that's all right. You gonna get what you got coming to you. Yahweh Shai is gonna destroy your ass because you a false brother. 2 Corinthians 11, and the Apostle Paul spoke about that. He spoke about all the different things he went through, and we're gonna go through the same stuff. This is 2 Corinthians 11:24. He says, of the Jews, I gotta start at verse 23. No, I'm gonna start at 22, because a lot of you corny motherfuckers out there that say, I ain't no Hebrew Israelite, I'm just an Israelite. You on the fence already anyway. Yahweh Shai gonna push your ass off the fence, and you're gonna break that egg yolk head and right out of the truth. Good. 2 Corinthians 11:22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. We Hebrew Israelites. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they the ministers of the anointed? I speak as a fool, I am more. In labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent, in deaths oft. Of the Jews, 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. Thrice was I beaten with rods, once was I stoned. Thrice I suffered shipwreck, a night and a day I have been in the deep. In journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils of mine own countrymen, perils of dangers, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren. False brethren come with the territory. And perils, danger comes with the territory. So as the scriptures tell us, the Most High he gonna put temptations on us, but with the temptation, he gonna give us a way to escape. Wait till we get spiritual power. Wait until niggas start getting revealed, okay? all kind of great things are about to happen. So don't get all messed up, brothers. Great things are going to happen. False brothers are part of this, okay? The damn authorities looking at us, watching us. You know why? Power and spirit and power, Salakia, by the strength and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, which gives us the Holy Spirit, okay? That Holy Spirit got these devils on edge. And guess what? All the damn different Israelites, you got to elect among them, but the majority of them are 2/3 anyway. A lot of them are agents. A lot of them are bought and paid for, okay? Some of the Israelite groups was set up from the beginning. The very leader that started it, he was nothing but a damn agent provocateur. Them logos, them colors, all of that. We seen it. We seen it and we see you. Don't think you're going to get away. The Holy Spirit is going to detect your ass, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in the end is going to destroy your false brethren ass. And good. But false brothers is part of this, and ain't nothing we can do about it. Right? Let's get Matthew 24:8. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Then we know that's going to come. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. You got that coming. The betrayal is on the way. People are already getting offended. And when I think about what we just read in 2 Corinthians 11 with the Apostle Paul, with all those perils he went through, think about that. This bitch ass nigga Ringo whining, it's too much hate, it's this, it's that. You faggot. You fucking faggot. Good. Let him go. Take your ass back in the world, you stringy head nigga. Goddamn snakes in your damn head, man. You weak. But that's the spirit that the Lord put on you, your weak ass. And others like him. All you damn women, it don't make no difference. I was watching a video from one of the brothers from the Las Vegas camp, one of the elders, the elder brother Shaquat, GMS Las Vegas Council. Check that brother's videos out, man. He did one video, you know, basically the title was, leaving the Israelites is not going to help you avoid judgment. The judgment of the Lord is still coming. Those of you that leave the truth and say you ain't Israelites no more, it don't make a difference. What you did is, you didn't gain anything by doing that. You took away your cover. Your cover. Talking that shit about being an Israelite and gonna make me be saved. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because first you got to be a Hebrew Israelite, or you got to be an elect member of the Hebrew Israelites to make it out of here alive. The only hope you have is the fact that you're an Israelite and that you know Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. That the Lord said that. Let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, but let him glory in this, that he knoweth me. If you don't know Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, your ass cooked already anyway. And I could see a lot more people gonna get gobbled up in this different confusion on the way. I got to get back. This is 2 Peter 2:1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that bought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. And what does it say after that? Verse 2. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. One of the number one things that's going to get a lot of Israelites is false doctrine. And a lot of you out there following it right now. And what did we do? We came, we rebuked, and we corrected, and you didn't listen to our rebuke nor take the correction. So you that brought the damnable heresies, you're going to be destroyed. And those that follow you, they're going to be destroyed. It says, and through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. And the exciting thing is, we can see more clearly now that false prophets have been set up. Them certain talking points, when they heard these accusations at us and they accuse us of these things that we didn't do, and you were Israelite group, when you claim you were Hebrew Israelite and you here to debunk the Hebrew Israelites, we know you was set up. and we can see you a little bit more clearly now. You can't hide. All your hiding places you're gonna be revealed through them damn hiding places, man. Now I gotta go. All right. Watch out for false prophets, because they some of the main avenues that's being used. These different Israelites, them goddamn, what's them fucking guy's name, man? One body in Satan, one body in Esau. Them niggas, them dudes is false prophets. We've been told you that. That leader guy, that dude is a Judas goat. He took some money Okay, the purple people eaters, you know, the all black biker gang with the studs that hang out at the Blue Oyster, them, you know who we talking about, the captains and the generals and the chiefs and this and that. Yeah, them dudes 501c3. Them and the purple people eaters are 501c3. On up to the young mumble rappers who stand out there together and bang their staffs on the ground. Certain of them infiltrated, man. They done had agents in their camp. And for sure, if you know this dude, Chief Ephraim, stay away from that guy. Any guy that been in multiple camps and keep getting kicked out and leaving, you know he ain't right. And I don't know why the Spirit had me call his name, but I'll call his name. You got a problem with it? Too bad. Too bad. It's through the Spirit anyway. All praise Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.